Okay, my name is Jay Campbell, and my topic was human capabilities and how computing is enhancing human capabilities. I'd like to talk about some of the ways in which accessible and affordable technology is facilitating the lives of the broader population. GPS and related technologies are a great example of how human innovations are changing the way humans navigate and travel. Also, I'd like to answer the question, what is smart technology, and what is it doing for the future of transportation? I chose to create this graph because based on an internet survey conducted in January this year, which shows the percentage of adults who own a smartphone based on annual household income. A smartphone differs from a cell phone because it performs many of the same functions as a computer. It's important to note that these numbers represent smartphone users and not simply anyone who owns a cell phone. I think that graph would look completely different because almost everyone has some type of cell phone. While researching these statistics, I found it interesting that nearly half of the adults in households earning less than $30,000 a year own a smartphone. Just 15 years ago, smartphones began to emerge around the year 2000. It really goes to show how affordable technology has become. Okay. My roommate Toby agreed to answer a few questions for me from the perspective of an average user of computing technology. So how often would you say you use computing technology?
Probably
It could be like your phone, GPS, laptop.
90% of the day.
Yeah.
On my phone, need my computer.
Okay. I think that'd be like 90% of America too. Imagine being as efficient without using your phone or computer like throughout the day.
As efficient? Probably not, but you definitely can get around. It'd be a lot tougher.
Yeah.
But it's definitely...
Even like homework.
No,
it'd be a lot harder without your laptop. Or...
Yeah. I mean, depending on what the subject is, but most of the time I think like Google helps out a lot. I think being able to use Microsoft Word helps out a lot instead of writing it out. Yeah. So I don't know if I'd be more efficient, but I think I could get it done.
No, computers have made you more efficient, knowledgeable, and more connected to like your family and friends.
It's definitely easier to communicate since I'm all the way down at school. My family's a couple hundred miles away,
right.
So I can give them a call whenever I want to talk to them. I can FaceTime them using my computer, but definitely helps out a lot. Instead, like I don't own a dictionary, so if I need to look up a word, just go on Google real quick.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it definitely helps out a lot more.
Or if you use FaceTime a lot, right?
Yeah, FaceTime a lot. It's free on your phone.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. So when I went to I studied abroad in Africa for a little. So when I was there, it was easy to communicate with my family because I could FaceTime.
Okay, thanks, Toby. In scientific terms, GPS or Global Positioning System is a space-based satellite navigation system that provides location and time information just about anywhere on Earth. During the year 1991, a project to create miniature GPS receivers successfully ended, replacing the previous 50-pound military receivers with a 2.75-pound handheld receiver. I'll show a picture of that in the next slide. During this time, these 2 3/4 pound receivers were considered cutting-edge technology and only available to the military. It wasn't until the year 1996 that U.S. President Bill Clinton recognized the importance of GPS technology to civilian users as well as military personnel and issued a policy directive declaring GPS a national asset. Okay, here on the left we have that handheld receiver, which is owned, operated, and maintained by the U.S. government at the time it was developed, roughly 25 years ago. Nowadays, Google Maps comes standard with any iPhone. It is considered a web mapping application that serves the same purpose of a GPS, and personally it's my choice to get directions to just about anywhere. It offers satellite imagery, street maps, and even a street view perspective that wasn't even fathomable around the time of the production period of the first GPS. So we ask, how is GPS technology changing the way humans navigate? Well, first of all, it is no longer necessary for every American motorist to travel with a glove compartment full of road maps. Nowadays, our society moves at such a rate that it's no longer practical to pull over to the side of the road, grab a road map, and try to pinpoint your location manually. GPS technology has rendered the use of road maps obsolete because nowadays any driver with a smartphone or GPS device can simply input their destination within seconds. Smartphone apps do all the work for us, and they're often free to download. Garmin and TomTom devices are also convenient because they stick to the windshield hands-free. Also, roads are constantly being constructed, and software updates keep your GPS up to date with new road construction. Okay, the word smart. While I was researching smart technology for this final project, I realized that there's no concise definition and decided I would use this slide to try and explain in my own words. Smartphones, smart grids, and smart transportation are just a few examples of smart technology, which could really mean a few things. Typically, I've found that smart technology is able to gather various forms of input through external hardware, such as cameras, radars, or sensors, depending on the purpose. It's then able to process this information using innovative software that might appear as if it's using brain power. However, the technical term is actually artificial intelligence. If you were able to think of any exceptions during the presentation of that last slide, let me explain. Many companies use the word smart simply to imply that their product is the smart choice or decision when it comes to its competitors. So far, I've been able to differentiate between the two terms by asking myself if the product falls under the category of computing technology. If not, then the term is probably just used as a marketing strategy to appeal to the educated consumer. Okay, the future is now. Um, if you're not familiar with Tesla Motors, it's leading the auto industry with the production of fully electric luxury sedans. Aside from being emission-free, alongside other economical benefits, the Tesla Model S features a unique autopilot mode, which I'll explain in a minute. But additional features include traffic-aware cruise control and automatic parking. Also, the style of this car is preferable when it comes to other electronic cars, such as the Chevy Bolt. It's almost futuristic looking. Okay. The Model S autopilot mode uses smart technology to interact with the environment and respond to real-world conditions. This diagram on the right shows how forward-looking camera, radar, and 360-degree ultrasonic sensors work together, making autopilot mode possible. Tesla promises that progressive software updates over time will enable sophisticated safety and convenience features that will use sensors to respond to real-world conditions. While it's still not recommended that the driver catches up on some lost sleep while behind the wheel, it's exciting to see how advancements in the automotive industry are changing and facilitating human capabilities. Okay, for the sake of my argument, I thought it'd be interesting to compare these two major motion pictures and their depictions of future here on Earth. On the left, we have iRobot from 2004, and on the right, Minority Report, made in 2002. It seems to be a popular consensus that in the future, cars will be able to navigate themselves, reducing the workload of the driver. Included a few dates in which these two movies were released. And when they take place. Both were released over 10 years ago, so it's intriguing to mark our progress to date using Tesla's technology as a milestone. Also note that the wheels here on the Audi's design on the left are spherical, which I found pretty interesting. Okay, in conclusion, technology is being made more accessible and affordable. Tesla estimates that by the year 2017 they will have a vehicle in production that is under $40,000. Although I use GPS and related technologies to illustrate computing enhancing human capabilities, just about any form of smart technology is used to facilitate our experience here on Earth. and the possibilities are endless. Okay, for more information, you can visit my website, which I'll pull up. This is the home page. The content page really goes into deep detail about some of the bullet points I brought up during the presentation. And I also included a lot of links too for even more information.